Hello, community. My name is Tammy Melchien. I lead the teaching team at our church, and today we're continuing reading one of the most epic stories in the Bible, the story of Esther. And if you've never read through the book, I encourage you to read through the book. It really is like a script for a major motion picture. It's got everything in there. But the passage that we're reading today is one of the probably most familiar sentences of the entire book. It's really the heart of it. And it comes in verse 14, where Mordecai says to Esther, "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." For such a time as this. And it makes me think about our own lives and how do we see where we are right now as for such a time as this. I think so many times we wrestle with what is God's will for my life? What is my purpose? And I'm not saying that there aren't very specific things that God has called each of us to do. I mean, most of us have some kind of burden or passion on our lives that tends to take us to our life's purpose. But at the core, the reality is I think we all have the same purpose. And it comes out of our identity as brothers and sisters, as beloved children of God. And when I think about what is God's will for my life, sure, there may be specific things, but I think the purpose that we all hold in common is what Jesus told us is the most important: to love God and to love people. To love God and to love people. And so sometimes I encourage myself and I encourage other people when we're stressed out about whether or not we are really like doing what we're made to do, whether we're really fulfilling our purpose, that we can remind ourselves, if I live today loving God and loving the people that He puts in front of me, then I am in the center of God's will, that I am living out His purpose for me for this day. And so I just want to encourage you with that today. How today can you live out loving God and loving the people in front of you? And maybe keep that in the forefront of your mind as you go through this day. And at the end of the day, look back and identify the choices you made, the ways that you spent your time, the words that you spoke, the prayers that you prayed. And when you can see that you have loved God and loved people well in that day, you can go to sleep at night encouraged and fulfilled, knowing that you lived your purpose for this day. So I pray that you have a wonderful day. Go out and love God, love people for such a time as this.